Welcome to this soft space, a place to land gently and explore what it means to embody joy, but without any pressure. Today, we're going to talk about a different kind of joy, not the loud, explosive, fireworks in the sky kind, but something quieter, softer, more like a gentle dawn than a midday sun. This is about finding joy in the small, unassuming moments, especially when life feels complicated or heavy. So, let's start by redefining what joy even means. Joy doesn't always arrive as a grand celebration or loud, unrestrained laughter. Sometimes it's a soft, almost imperceptible feeling. It can be the simple sensation of a loosened breath you didn't even realize you were holding. It might be a tiny, quiet sense of this feels okay, just for a second. It could be that brief moment where your body isn't braced for impact, where your shoulders drop away from your ears and you feel a sense of ease. We are so often sold a version of joy that is high energy, performative, and constant. But what if joy is more subtle? What if it's the quiet hum of contentment beneath the surface? What if it's the absence of anxiety for a few precious minutes? Let's give ourselves permission to let joy be small today. Let it be gentle. Let it be a whisper, not a shout. It doesn't need to be earned or proven. It can just be. This brings us to a really important point, releasing the immense pressure we often feel to be happy. I want you to hear this. Really hear this. You are not broken if you don't feel overflowing happiness all the time. You are not failing at your healing journey if joy feels complicated or far away or incredibly fragile when it does appear. We live in a world that constantly tells us to be happy, think positive, and choose joy as if it's a simple switch we can flip. But that can feel invalidating when you're navigating grief, stress, or just the weight of being human. You do not have to perform joy for anyone. You don't have to put on a happy face to make others comfortable. You don't have to pretend everything is wonderful when it isn't. Here, in this space, you are allowed to feel exactly as you feel, whether that's tired, sad, numb, or a confusing mix of everything, and still be worthy of a soft, honest joy. Your worthiness is not tied to your emotional state. Joy can coexist with sorrow. It can be a flicker of light in a dark room. It doesn't have to fill the entire space to be real and meaningful. So, let's try a small, gentle exercise together. I want you to take a moment and think of one tiny good thing. It doesn't have to be monumental. It can be something from today or from a recent memory. Just one small thing. Maybe it was the taste of your morning coffee or tea. A warm drink held in your hands. Perhaps it was a kind message you received from a friend, or even a nice comment from a stranger online. Maybe it was a stretch of sunlight on the floor, creating a warm patch that your pet curled up in. Or the simple, comforting way a blanket felt wrapped around you. Take a moment. Bring that small good thing to mind. Don't try to force a huge wave of happiness from it. Don't analyze it or tell yourself you should feel happier about it. Just let your attention rest there for a moment. Hold the memory gently, like you would a delicate seashell you found on the beach. Notice the details. The warmth. The texture. The feeling. Just this one small goodness, held softly in your awareness. This practice isn't about chasing a feeling. It's about noticing what's already there, no matter how small. It's about training our attention to recognize moments of ease and comfort. This leads us to understand joy not as a performance, but as a feeling of safety. Real, embodied joy often feels like your nervous system finally getting a chance to exhale. It's that deep sigh of relief. It's not loud or demanding. It doesn't come with a script that says, show everyone how happy you are, post it, prove it. Instead, it whispers, for this moment, you are safe. You are safe enough to soften. You can let go of the tension in your jaw, the tightness in your chest. When we're in a state of fight, flight, or freeze, our bodies are primed for danger. Joy feels impossible in those moments. But when our nervous system feels regulated and safe, even for a short time, that's where true joy can find a home. It's the joy of feeling secure in your own skin, in your own space. It's the joy of knowing you can let your guard down. So, let's reframe this. Joy is allowed to live inside safety, not inside spectacle. It's an internal state of being, not an external show. And it's so important to remember that you are allowed to feel moments of joy, even if everything in your life isn't perfect. Even if things aren't fixed, or healed, or tidy. Life is messy. There are always loose ends. There are always challenges on the horizon. If we wait for everything to be perfect before we allow ourselves to feel good, we might be waiting forever. Your joy doesn't erase your pain, and your pain doesn't cancel out your joy. They can exist at the same time. Think of it like a sky that holds both the sun and the moon. Both can be present. Both can be true. You can be grieving a loss and still laugh at a funny memory. You can be stressed about work and still savor a delicious meal. Let this understanding soften any guilt you might feel about experiencing light while some things in your life still feel heavy. It is not a betrayal of your struggle to feel a moment of peace. In fact, these moments of joy can be the very things that give you the strength to carry the heavy parts. Now, let's turn our attention inward to finding joy in our own presence. If it feels comfortable for you, I invite you to place a hand over your heart. Just rest it there gently. Feel the warmth of your own hand on your body. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Feel your own aliveness. The steady, quiet rhythm of your heart. The gentle rise and fall of your chest. You are here. You are breathing. You are alive. Think for a moment about everything you have survived to get to this point. The challenges, the heartbreaks, the difficult seasons. You have grown through times that could have hardened you completely. And yet, somehow, you are still here, still capable of softness. You are here, watching this, open to the idea of a gentler joy. That resilience, that capacity for tenderness in the face of hardship, is an incredible thing. That, in itself, is a reason for joy. A quiet, profound pride in simply being here, still you. So, how do we cultivate more of this gentle joy? Well, you don't have to chase it. You don't have to hunt it down. You can simply invite it in. You can create conditions where it is more likely to visit. You do this through small choices that feel kind and nourishing to your system. It could be choosing a softer start to your morning, instead of immediately grabbing your phone and scrolling through stressful news. Maybe it's putting on music that truly matches your mood. Whether that's calming and quiet or something that makes you want to gently sway. It's about curating spaces that feel nurturing instead of draining. Maybe that means tidying one small corner of your room, or lighting a candle, or opening a window to let in fresh air. It's about listening to your body's needs. Ask yourself, softly, what is one tiny thing that could bring a little more ease, or comfort, or lightness into my day right now? It doesn't have to be a big, life-changing action. The answer might be as simple as stretch my back, or drink a glass of water, or step outside for 2 minutes. Let that be enough. The invitation is what matters. As we come to a close, let's hold this on thought. Joy doesn't have to be loud to be real. It can be a quiet knowing in your bones. It can be a softened breath. It can be a small, gentle sense of I am glad to exist in this moment. It's the peace that comes from accepting where you are, just as you are. May you begin to notice more of these small, quiet moments of joy in your days ahead. And more importantly, may you allow them to be there, without apology, without guilt, and without the need to perform them for anyone. You are allowed to feel joy gently, imperfectly, and completely in your own way. Thank you so much for sharing this soft space with me today. If this resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more gentle conversations. Take good care of yourself.